Hey everybody, Steve here. Thank you so much for listening in. Corey's going to do the main show today, but I want to talk to you real quickly about the importance of getting in touch with your CPA. If you don't have a CPA, again, we have one for you now here in Texas that we work exclusively with. I will share out my screen while I'm talking here so you can see Michael in person. Here's our website. You can see the middle of the bottom there is where Michael is. But yeah, he works right here. He's got an office right over there in the building. Building's still kind of new, no artwork, no artwork up yet. But yeah, so when you think of working with a CPA, especially those that are working first time with a CPA, is you want to call them up and talk about your situation, kind of so you can make some notes. His baseline pricing is $500, which is super cheap for working with a CPA. So take advantage of that. It's a free phone call. His information's here on the Ankerstar website, as well as we have cards if you happen to stop by the office here. You can grab one of these. But yeah, it's a free phone call. He'll take your information. He'll talk about your situation, kind of see what you have going on in your taxable life, if you will. And then he'll be able to give you a refined quote. And from there, he'll be able to put you on a schedule as far as, if you talk with him in the next week or so, then he'll say, hey, reach out as soon as you have your statements and we'll Zoom or meet at the office, either one, and then get our plan together. So again, this is more personalized attention than you're going to get normally because we're starting from scratch here and getting, Michael a whole bunch of new clients that need his services. So again, I'm thrilled to be working with Michael and having him here on the team with us. I'm thrilled to bring his skill set to you guys. And if you haven't used a CPA before, you probably need to be honest. They save you a ton of money by exploring every little bit of the tax code that's out there and can help personalize your situation. So again, $500 for the baseline if it's really a pretty straightforward tax return. But then again, if you have a little more than that, he'll be able to give you the quote exactly. So reach out to me or reach out through the website directly to Michael if you're interested in his services. And that's all I have for that. And off to Corey for the show today. You guys enjoy. Bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Corey here to provide a little market update today and to share with you what's moving and why out there. And there is a lot of stuff moving today. So the buzz here is caused by a Chinese artificial intelligence model called Deepseek, and it is causing or sparking a NASDAQ sell-off. So before I get started, I want to remind everyone that this is a financial education presentation. You must do your own due diligence on anything you hear in this presentation. More disclaimer information can be found on ankerstarwealth.com, and the opinions expressed are mine alone. So let's get into this DeepSeek AI competitor for ChatGPT. Late last week, we started hearing a lot about an open source Chinese language model called DeepSeek that situationally performs better in some ways than the ChatGPT competitor that so many of us are familiar with. Early on, we were hearing that this competitor, DeepSeek, was claiming itself to be ChatGPT a high percentage of the time when asked. This could be caused by the model training on ChatGPT query information, along with training on other readily available models. It is not fully known at this time what data DeepSeek was trained on, as well as if DeepSeek could have achieved similar performance without access to other readily available models. We'll be watching that front over these next few weeks to see what other information comes out. In the meantime, though, there are some immediate knowns coming from this new model. The model is open source, offered for free, and originating from a Chinese company. That's all important to know. Also, the model has a unique reward structure that makes it highly efficient compared to competitors. And of course, this model is actually very, very good. The stock market is trying to process what this all means, and we can see that in various stock price reactions today. I'll go through a few of them now. Here is an S&P 500 heat map for today. You can see some interesting things in a few different sectors. First, over here in the software infrastructure sector, we're seeing Microsoft, Oracle, and Palantir under pressure. These are companies investing heavily in AI and who are dependent on AI. Potentially, these companies are hopeful that they can have competitive advantages in the AI space. And if these new models are coming out that are highly efficient and very good, some maybe they don't have a competitive advantage that that we hope or that they hope. Down here in the semiconductor space, you're seeing Nvidia and Broadcom sell off close to 20% each. It is expected or supposed that this Chinese competitor, Deepseek, was trained on old Nvidia, not old, but slightly less strong Nvidia chips than the American competitors, and has achieved even better results. So again, there's also some suspicions that Deepseek was able to get the best Nvidia chips, but of course they don't want to announce that, or wouldn't want to, because there are some trade restrictions there. So regardless, Nvidia, Broadcom, and AMD even, there is some question now about, do these companies really need the highest end chips? Will Nvidia and Broadcom be able to maintain the same margins that they have over the past couple of years? Now, who's benefiting? So you see many different software companies benefiting greatly. If these large language models really are making leaps and bounds improvements frequently, we would see these software companies benefit greatly from that new technology. They use these models almost like they call them agents. So almost like employees that help to create new software that can make them potentially more profitable and even better. That's something to look for. And of course, anything in the hardware space, you know, if these models really can become much more efficient than previously thought, anything in the hardware space could expect to see some pressure, as maybe their demand may not be as high as originally thought. Of course, you know, Apple has been notoriously underinvesting in any AI developments. They are planning to just use AI offered from other companies, partnering with OpenAI and others, mostly OpenAI. They are benefiting today, again, almost as a beneficiary of better software for their products. And then, of course, there's a little bit of a flight to safety. You know, there's some speculation that these models will advance some things in healthcare quickly. We'll see. But the healthcare is kind of defensive at this point. Consumer defensive companies are seeing a bid today. And, you know, there's some doubts on, will we need as much energy? So some of that energy space is under pressure. Some of the unregulated utilities down as much as 29% in Vistra Corp. Because again, will we need as much energy as was expected leading up to this development? For what it's worth, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, has weighed in on what he sees playing out based on this new development. He mentions, and I'll pull that up now, he mentions Jevons paradox, and he implies that the Deepseek efficiency development will be the first of many. In that deepened efficiency, we should expect to see significantly higher demand that grows with and even exceeds the growing supply of AI. We expect to hear many companies comment on these current events and topics during their conference calls, most of which are taking place in the next 2 weeks. We'll be following the narrative and adjusting investment ideas accordingly. I hope this helps, and we will be back tomorrow with any other news. Have a great day.